How we doing, everybody? It's Anthony from Pounded Sports, and we're gonna preview the Stanley Cup Finals, give you some insight and where we can find some value. Game one, Lightning Avalanche in Colorado, and it's gonna be a phenomenal finals. Phenomenal. This is probably gonna be one of the better finals in a long time. In my opinion, NHL much better than the NBA. Really don't care about watching the Celtics or the Warriors. I'd rather watch every minute of this NHL. So, we've got the Tampa Bay Lightning, defending Stanley Cup champions, who finished third in the division in the Atlantic standings. And the Panthers were number one. Well, Tampa faced the Maple Leafs round one, and the Maple Leafs were heavily favored in that series, and Tampa beat them. I mean, they came back. They were fighting. They were fist fighting. Very physical series, and the Lightning somehow pulled that one off. That was a very tough series for Tampa, as in the Avalanche, pretty much a snooze fest. They had it super easy compared to the Lightning going through, getting to the Stanley Cup Finals. They, let me pop it up real quick. Nashville. That's right. They played Nashville. I mean, there's no comparison. Maple Leafs are a 10 times better team than the Predators, and the Avalanche just went right through them. Boom, 4-0. They won 7-2, 2-1, 7-3, 5-3. Game over. Next. That's what their mentality was. A huge 8-game layover from the Predators series to the Blues series, where they won 3-2, lost game 2, 1-4. Won game 3, 5-2, 6-3. Lost to the Blues 5-4. That was that huge comeback by the Blues where the Avalanche, if I'm correct, were up 4-1, and the Blues came back and won 5-4 in overtime. And then they took them. Was that 6 games? The Avalanche won 3-2. Blues were playing really good at that part of the season. They were playing really good. That was probably by far their strongest opponent. But the thing is, the Blues didn't really have any defense, and the Avalanche still struggled to score on them. So that was a piece of worry. But then they played Edmonton, and they absolutely annihilated the Oilers. Oilers had no shot, no chance versus them, as the Oilers only lasted 4 games. 4-game sweep, easy for the Avalanche, as they were the number 1 seed, by far the best team all season, as they were, their money lines were minus 400 at some points. So the Avalanche well deserved to get to the Stanley Cup Finals. I know they were picked to win the Stanley Cup last year, did not make it, as if I'm correct, it was Vegas Knights, I think it was, that made it to the finals last year. But the Lightning are the team to beat. This team is super physical. They surprise everybody at every point. They play the Maple Leafs, beat the Maple Leafs. And I said, if they can beat the Maple Leafs, they are a serious contender. They're going to go to the finals. There's just no one in their path that can beat them. And that was a hard fought versus the Maple Leafs. And then they had to play the Panthers, which was like, okay, well, Panthers always beat the Lightning. They always beat the Lightning. Well, the Panthers got swept 4-0. The Lightning just blew right by them. 4-1, 2-1, 5-1, 2-0. Absolutely dominated the Panthers on Panthers had no answer for the Lightning defense. And then they had to play the Rangers. And in my opinion, the Rangers were playing their best hockey of the entire season. They were peaking. They were at its peak. Everyone says when you're hot, that's the team to watch out for in the playoffs. And the Rangers were hot. And somehow, some way, the Lightning were able to overcome a 2-0 deficit to start the series and win 4 straight versus a very good Rangers defense, very good Rangers overall team, the depth on that team. And they won 4-2. And well-deserved to make it to the finals, because I really don't think the Rangers could match up against the Avalanche. I think the Avalanche would have way too easy for the Rangers, as the Avalanche are just dominant. They're like that dominant force going in. As the Lightning, they just grind. They are super physical team. And this, I really, really feel like the Avalanche are going to get a kick in the face in game one. I think the Lightning are going to open their eyes because I really don't think the Avalanche know what's coming to hit them. Their money line is minus 157 for the Avalanche. I'm not too crazy about the so much rest but then when you look at it, after the first series for the Avalanche, they had 8 days of rest between the first series to the second series, the Predators to the Blues. 8 days, and the Avalanche just went right back to where they were, dominating game one and won that game. As in the Lightning, they have fought and clawed every game except for basically the Panthers series. But they got beat up in that Rangers series. Beat up physically. There was one game, I think it was game 5, where I put the game on it, third period. It was tie game 1, I think it was. And the Lightning lost 3 players back to back to back. And I was like, oh, crap. Lightning are going to probably lose this game. Probably a good live bet opportunity to take the Rangers. I blinked. Next thing you know, the Lightning are up 3-1. So that tells me they just watch out. And the Lightning have basically everybody back tonight. So watch out for the Lightning. At plus 137, there's a lot of value there. They're defending champs. They've been here before. They have fought and clawed in every series. So it's not like they had an easy path to get here. As the Avalanche, I mean, it was like way too easy for them compared to who the Lightning had to play. But the Avalanche are not going to go out lightly. I see one team is going to split in Colorado. I can definitely see a split in Tampa. And it's going to go to game 6 or game 7. Who's going to have the big edge at the end of this series? And part of me wants us to go to game 6. Part of me wants us to go to game 7. I got my futures ticket on the Lightning. I got my futures ticket on it's coming out of the Atlantic. And I got my futures ticket coming out of the East. Was it the East? Whatever it was. So I got 3 futures tickets riding on the Lightning. And my free play is take the Lightning game 1. I really, really think they're going to kick the Avalanche in the mouth game 1. And then the Avalanche are just going to come out in game 2 and just spank the Lightning. I don't think there's going to be much of a close game. But if you're really, really looking for a solid play in this game, I think the over 6 is phenomenal. Phenomenal over 6. I think the Lightning can really, really find the holes in the Avalanche defense. As we know the Avalanche are going to score. There's no chance the Lightning's going to stop the Avalanche from scoring. I just think the Lightning can score more than them. I can see a 5-2, 5-3 type game tonight. Preview. There's just no value in taking the Avalanche. There's more risk than reward in taking the Avalanche for the series at minus 155. If you're a risk taker, you're a gambler, you're probably a degenerate, take the Lightning. Plus 155. How can you pass that up at the defending champs who have fought and clawed to get to the Stanley Cup Finals? I'm all over the Lightning. I'm going to put some more money on the Lightning at plus 155. I'm going to take the Lightning tonight, and I'm going to take the over 6. That's my little preview for today. Good luck, guys.